Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to learn about how to deploy and host ASP.NET Core application on Windows, IIS, or server. So I'm going to demonstrate this using my machine. So to start with, we are going to create a simple project, an ASP MVC project. So ASP.NET Core Web App MVC. Then I'm going to call this sample IIS demo. So we are going to host this project on our IIS and guide you through how we can do that. So I'm going to use .NET 8 individual accounts, then create. So my project has created. So you can see here I have my project. So we have the areas folder. I have my pages folder, then controllers. I have my controller. I have my data, application DB context, models. I've used app settings.json and even the program.cs file. So if I just launch this project, so let me just clean this project, rebuild. So let's rebuild. So if I just launch my project, let's see how it looks like before we actually deploy. So this is how the project looks like. So we have a register link. So you can register an account, and we have the login section. So you can actually change the title of our project. So come to share layout, then layout. So I'm going to change this title, then we can call it something else. So where is our title? So let's call this macro code demo. So I want us to change this, say macro code demo. So for this, I want us to relaunch and see how it looks like. So I want us to deploy this project on our IIS. So the same approach I'm following, you can actually do it on a server, but I'm doing it on my machine. So you can see this macro code demo, a register, and even a login. So after we have done with that, so I want us now to deploy this app. So I want us now to deploy this app on our machine. But before that, before you actually deploy, there's something we need. So remember we built our application on .NET 8. So before we actually deploy the app, we need the hosting bundle. So we need to actually install this on our server so that we can actually host the application on our IIS. So this is actually required for IIS support. So I'm going to download hosting bundle for Windows. So if you click that, you should be able to download this. So let me just click. Let me just click it. So my hosting bundle is downloading. Then I'll be able to install it. So if you want to do that, please install. So as you can see, ASP.NET Core hosting bundle contains everything you need to run existing web app or server apps. So the bundle includes the .NET runtime, the ASP.NET Core runtime, and if installed on a machine with IIS, it will also add the ASP.NET Core IIS module. So if you only want the .NET or ASP.NET Core runtime, you will find these under this ASP.NET 8.0 downloads. So for us, we are interested with Windows hosting bundle install. So I'm going to download that and then install. So once this is downloaded, so we can actually install this. So I agree to the terms. Then I'm going to install this. So let's install. So it's installing. There you go. So this is actually a successful install. So after that, I want us to do something. So after after we've installed the .NET Core hosting bundle, I want us to publish these applications. So I'm going to stop this. And to publish our app, I'm going to right-click the project, then do publishing for those who are using Windows. So we are demonstrating this using Windows. Then if you click publish, it will give you this dialog. So you can actually publish to Azure, Docker Container Registry, folder, FTP, web server IIS, or import profile. But I'm going to show you how you can publish these to a folder. So I'll choose folder, then next. Then we can actually choose the directory where this is going to be published. So I can locate this on my machine. So you can do the same for your machine. So locate this on a certain directory somewhere. So I can actually create a folder. So folder and do that. So after I've given the directory, so I can actually publish it. So you're able to see that you'll be able to configure the profile. So the settings, the target location, this is the location. You're able to delete existing files. So you can actually as well edit these settings. So you can edit. So if you click edit, you're able to get this profile. So our deployment mode is on release. Then we are targeting .NET 8.0. Deployment mode is actually framework dependent or self-contained. So you can actually have these as a self-contained or framework dependent. Now let's just do framework dependent. Then runtime, we can do portable, or we can do WinX64. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to do framework dependent. Then file publishing options, you can actually delete all the existing files prior to publishing. This is when we'll be doing a redeployment, republishing. So you can actually do that. Then it will actually give you the connection, the database connection that you are using on your application. So you can say use this connection string at runtime. Then you can also apply, if you want to use this application, apply this migration on publishing. So, but for now, I want us to untick that. Then we can actually publish this. So we are going to publish this using a deployment mode, and the configuration is on release. Then save those settings. So you'll be able to see this is now saved. We have the target folder, the delete existing files is now true, the configuration is released, the target framework, and the target runtime. So if we just publish this, it will actually publish our application in release mode to the specific folder that we actually specified. So let's see. So if you do that, you can see you get now the success message. And when you go to the folder that you chose, mine is this one. So you can see this is the files. So these are the files that has been published. We have the app settings and the app settings development.json. So I want us to do something. I want us to copy all of these files. But before we do something with those files, I want us to go to IIS. Then under sites, I want us to add a new site. Then we are going to say this is student site. So I can call this student site. Then the physical path where our files will be hosted, I want us to go to local disk C. You can actually have this on a different folder, but I'm going to local disk C, then inetpub, then I'm going to www-root, then I'm going to create a folder here. So I'm going to call that, students site. I'm going to call that students. So let me call that students. Then that will be my physical path. Then I'm going to have these, I can specify the port 7074. Then I click OK. So I'll now have my site here. So for me to go to the physical path, I can actually come on top here and then do explore. Then it will actually open my path. So if I come here now, I can copy the files that we published to this directory. So I'm copying all the files that we publish to this folder. So you can see this is my folder. So you can see this is my folder, local disk, inetpub, www-root, and students. Then all the files that we publish is actually on this folder. So if you go to our IIS and try to restart, then if you come down here, you'll see there's something called browse. Then we can see our port 7070. So you can give the port of your choice. So I've just done this for my case. So if I just click browse, you can see it is asking me to give a username and password. So there's something that is giving, so it is actually unauthorized. So authentication mode. So let's go to our IIS. So let's check on, double click on student site, then check on the authentication. So on authentication, you can see the basic authentication is enabled. So I want us to enable this Windows authentication, and we can actually disable this one. So we enable Windows authentication and we disable basic authentication. So the reason as to why we are being asked for username and password is because we require basic authentication rather than Windows authentication. So to change that, we can enable it here and change it. So you can see now our application is running on a local host 7070 and it's macro code demo. Then you can see we can actually do anything with our application. So you can see now our application is running on localhost 7070 demo. We can click on register, login, forgot password, go back here, login, then we can say register user. You can also say resend email confirmation. You can also go back to home. So assuming we made some changes. So if we go back to our application and go back to home, and we do here, we say welcome to macro code. So we've actually made some changes to our app. So we want these changes to take effect on our application. So you can see currently this is what is there. So to publish, we need to republish our application. So we'll go to sample, then publish. Then you'll see all the settings that we had configured is there. So this is my folder. This is the delete existing files. I've actually renamed this folder. So for those who are following, then target framework.NET 8 configuration is released. Then target runtime is Windows x64. So I can actually publish. So I just click that, but you can also choose a new profile and create a new profile. So, but I'm reusing this. So once that is published, we can go to our folder. So the folder that so this is the folder. So instead of copying all of these files, I can copy some specific files. So you can actually do partial deployment. So instead of copying all these files, we can actually copy only the DLLs. So I'm going to copy the DLLs files only. And to do that, I'll come to my project, then I'll actually copy the sample IIS demo DLL. So if I just copy this single file here, then go to my IIS, then do explore, it will take me to my root directory where I have my project, then I can actually replace this. So I'm copying only this sample IIS demo. So if I just copy, so something will not work because I need to stop my project. So I'll actually restart and stop it before deploying. Then I'll go back here. Then if I try it, it will actually copy. So if I go back to my IIS, start my project, restart it, and browse again, I'll be able to see that my project has now changed to welcome to macro code. And it's running on the same port, local host 7070. So the trick is we've just copied a single file when we change our project. So when we are redeploying the project, unless you've made some major changes or update some NuGet packages, you can only copy the specific DLLs that you have affected. So for mine, I only change the view, and it is within this DLL. So I've just copied this instead of actually copying all of these files. So, and that is it on how you can actually deploy a simple ASP.NET Core project on IIS. So if you like the video, comment down below and see you in our next video. Bye.